What's going on with Nikola Jokic? This is your Denver Sports Daily for January 17th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
It is a Nuggets game day tonight. The Nuggets are traveling to Miami to play the Heat. Now, the Nuggets are looking to get back on track after a brutal 128-108 loss at the hands of the Houston Rockets. Unfortunately, the possibility of Nikola Jokic playing is still up in the air. He's listed as questionable after he was pulled late before that Rockets game due to an apparent elbow injury. Now, there's still no update on the severity of his injury, but it is unusual for Jokic to miss time with an injury. It's very unusual. His durability has been one of, if not his greatest overall strength in this league. And I know it might be crazy to say that. He is one of the best players in the league. He is probably overall the best player in the league, and he doesn't get hurt. He doesn't get hurt at all. He doesn't miss time. He's had a few sicknesses that have kept him out in these past couple weeks, but injuries are not something that Nikola Jokic is used to. So for him to get pulled late before a Rockets game, clearly there was something that the staff didn't like, the trainers didn't like that they were seeing. He wasn't moving well. He was practicing with an arm sleeve, which again is different for Nikola Jokic, and he's listed as a game time decision. So likely it should be just a small injury, but hopefully hopefully that's the case. Hopefully it really is, because without Nikola Jokic, you've seen how this team falls apart. There's not a chance that with Nikola Jokic on the field or on the court, they're losing 128-108 to the Rockets. Not a chance. That game becomes a totally different score, totally different game overall if Nikola Jokic is playing. Now, coming into tonight, the Nuggets are 3-point underdogs as they're seeking their fifth straight road win. They tip off tonight at 6 p.m. And I believe that most likely they're being rated as underdogs because Nikola Jokic is questionable to play. If he is playing, it should be an easy game for the Nuggets. Now, moving on, the international NFL games, they have been growing. They've been a growing topic and a growing part of this league. And the Broncos may get an opportunity to play across the pond once again. The Broncos aren't scheduled to host the game, but two opponents they play might end up hosting their matchup in Europe. Those teams are the New York Jets and Indianapolis Colts. Broncos owner Greg Penner spoke on the possibility of playing, saying it's very possible we end up playing in a game in London or Berlin. I think Sean Payton has a great approach to these things, which is that's an opportunity for the team to have some different time, have some time to bond in a different way. Definitely a different way to bond with different fans across the sea, you're in a different country, that team's getting together in a close way. I am such a fan of the international games. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people hate the international games, but getting the chance to expand this league is one thing, but getting the chance to expand this team is another. This team gets to go out and make new fans in different areas. They get to go out and they get to have their time with their teammates, go across the ocean, be in a different country with your teammates. That's a great way to bond. That's a great way to pull a team together. So things like that really make teams play better. They make them go out there, and it makes regular season games more important, more fun, more exciting to watch. Now, the Broncos have only played in two regular season international games, one in 2010 against the 49ers and again in 2022, where they got the win against the Jaguars. The NFL won't release the actual schedule until later in the offseason, but this is some exciting news to get this early into the offseason. The Avalanche last night, that was bad. They were completely dismantled, losing 4-3. And despite what the score says, that game did not feel close for either team. It really didn't. Not only because the Avalanche lost, but it wasn't great on either side. The Avs jumped out to a very early 3-0 lead with Logan O'Connor scoring a goal and Nathan Mackinnon adding 2 before the 8-minute mark in the first period. They scored 3 goals in 12 minutes. But after that, the wheels just fell off for the Avs. They really did. They couldn't get it on track. They couldn't score. They couldn't get anything going. The Oilers scored 4 unanswered goals, spanning from 1 minute remaining in the first to 7 minutes remaining in the third, and then nothing else from the Avs. Nothing else. 4 unanswered goals and nothing that the Avs could have done about it. This is Mackenzie Blackwood's first game for the Avs where he's let up more than 2 goals. He let 4 in while saving 23, recording a 8.852 save percentage. That's his worst as an Av so far. You know, there's only so much you can do There's only so much you can do for Mackenzie Blackwood. He's been amazing as an Av. He really has. He's been incredible. This game, it just didn't look great. He had a few amazing saves. There's one that he caught in his glove right there, just stuck it out. Amazing play from Mackenzie Blackwood, but still letting in 4 goals, saving 23. The Oilers were really going at it hot. They got more shots up in the first second period. They had more shots than the Avs. They didn't look good. The Avs didn't look good after that first period. They really didn't. Now, the Avs are back on the ice again tomorrow against the Dallas Stars in another big game, another Central Division game, so it should be good. Hopefully, the Avs can get out there and get back on track, because that was just not a game that you want to see from the Avalanche. Just really terrible play in those second and third periods. And other than that, there's not much they could have done. The Oilers really just came out looking like they wanted to win that game after the first period. That first period looked so good. The Avalanche looked so good. And then the wheels just fell off, unfortunately. Now, moving on, the rumors of Deion Sanders leaving CU are continuing to grow. Earlier this week, I talked about how Coach Prime could take a position as a head coach for Dallas, but now those rumors are heating up. Adam Schefter spoke with Sanders and asked about, the coaching position and what's next. Sanders responded to what's next saying, "I don't know." That's not a confident answer for CU fans. It's not an answer that gives CU fans any confidence, actually, especially after they just got 2 5-star quarterbacks. They just got a great team in the transfer portal, built up this team to be so good, and now if Deion leaves, it's going to fall apart. It's going to be back to where it was before. This team is not going to have any recognition like it did before, and it's all just going to fall apart, and that credit, everything that Deion has built will fall with that. Now, Dallas missed the playoffs for the first time since 2020, and their head coach, Mike McCarthy, stepped away from the team, leaving that head coach spot wide open. And obviously, Deion has a lot of history with Dallas, playing there for 5 seasons and raising a son, Shedeur. He raised Shedeur right in a suburb of Dallas. So obviously, a lot of ties there. He's great with Jerry Jones. But still, if Deion left, there's no doubt that this program would fall apart, which would diminish a lot of what he's accomplished in Boulder. Not only a lot of what he's accomplished in Boulder, but a lot of what he's accomplished for this team overall. This team would not have any credibility left if Deion left. They really wouldn't. They didn't have much. If you looked at people in comment sections of any time there was a CU post, everybody was upset saying, "Oh, this team's just for the clicks, just clickbait team." Now, if Deion leaves, they don't even have the clickbait. Let's be real here. Let's be real. They don't even have any of that. So if Deion leaves, there's not only a gap that needs to be filled at the coaching position, there's a gap that needs to be filled all the way around, because there's so many important players that Deion has brought into this program that would leave with him. It's just not great. It's just not great. I hope and I pray that Deion stays, but still, got to get those rumors out of there. Got to make it clear that this is where you want to be, and Deion has yet to make any of that clear. But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I do want to read some of your comments. Let's see. I just think Deion is a right fit in Dallas. He has power now, but in Dallas, he would have none. Yeah. I mean, he would fit well in Dallas, but I just don't think it's a better fit than CU. He's kind of a college coach. Like, if we look at him, he's not going to, I don't really believe in him as an NFL coach. It might sound harsh, but if he goes out there and becomes a head coach, it's just not going to be great. It's not going to be great. Not going to be what Dallas would be looking for, and definitely not what Deion would be looking for, because obviously that he wants his sons to be playing there too, and that probably would not happen with Dallas's pick. They would not get Shedeur. They might get Shiloh in the 7th round pick, but they would not get Shedeur. But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily. We'll be back with you guys again on Tuesday. We got a long weekend. No Monday show this week, but we will be back on Tuesday recapping some Nuggets and Avs wins. I'm going to be going to the Avalanche game against the Wild on Monday. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually from Minnesota, bringing my grandpa to this game. It's going to be fun, rooting against each other. Should be a good game, hopefully. And hopefully the Avs can pull out a win. But until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. I will see you all on Tuesday. But y'all have a good one. Bye.